maintenance and breakdown. After the preventive and breakdown maintenance, sometimes we do the overhauling to the machine. The goal of overhauling of the machine is to the system in serviceable condition. Machinery overall is usually performed by workshop offering maintenance servicing. See, overhauling means generally the cycle or a bicycle, when we do overhauling, all the parts are dismantled from the bike. Same way in the overhauling of machinery, the machine is stopped for doing work after some period. It was working long time, some years. So the parts will get depreciable. Due to the depreciable, the parts rotating and reciprocating parts are get worn out, nicks and pits are and wear and tear will be there in the machine rotating and reciprocational parts. To make them repair again condition, we are dismantling all the parts to make them to work on perfect condition. The minor overhauling and minor overhauling is a major overhauling. In minor overhauling, only the part which is got damaged or worn out, the part which can able to dismantle and interchange the part without disturbing all the parts of the machine. So some parts we can change without disturbing all the parts and stopping the machine for a long time. So in minor overhauling is an engine repair produced that including valve job, bearings, gasket, piston rings are replaced. Example, if in a diesel engine or petrol engine, valves are got repaired, valves only will be changed. In a machinery, in workshop, bearings, worn out bearings we can take out. Oil gaskets we can remove and replace the new gaskets. Some piston rings are replaced. This is the main aim to do overhauling. Overhauling is that to dismantle the parts and check the parts further they are working or not, and the parts which are not in condition to work further, we will be remove the parts and replace the new parts. And while doing this work, we have to take advice from the department people. Example, if the breakdown maintenance department people or servicing people who is available, very skilled person who are there, they can come attend the work, they can come and open and do the work for overhauling. Example, if the maintenance department are not there for doing this overhauling work, so the skilled worker can also do this overhauling work. Unless he doesn't know the thoroughly about the machine, he should not open the machine. He should not open the machine unless you know. Otherwise, you take some guidelines from the known persons. Otherwise, if these two also not available, you take the catalog of the machine or pamphlet of the machine, and when you are going to dismantle the parts, you note the parts from where it is dismantled, which part where it is dismantled, what kind of fit it is done, and the shaft at what the length it is fixed, everything you have to note. With the help of pamphlet or catalog book available for that machine, you have to go through that. Otherwise, if this two also is not available to you, catalog book or pamphlet, you take one book and write the series of parts which is dismantling, and after that, when you assemble also, you have to follow the book which is serially dismantled from bottom to, it has to go to the up fitting. Okay, this is the main object. The goal of the overhauling is machine is working, conditioning only, but when the machine is running for a long time, the rotating parts are reciprocation parts. Sometimes screws, not everything they will get worn out due to the vibration of the machine. To make them recondition, we are dismantling the parts for doing overhauling. Overhauling. This is the main goal of doing overhaul. Now, in the next step, I will tell how to dismantle step by step. What are the steps we have to take to dismantle and clean the job pieces, parts, etc. For doing overhauling, first we have to dismantle the parts. Dismantle the parts. While you are dismantling the parts, as I say, you have to take a book or catalog, or if the known person, skilled person, maintenance department doing, okay. Otherwise, if you are doing, you have to take a white paper and write the dismantle the parts in sequence. First one is sequence. You have to write the sequence of, first one is skilled person. Skilled person means who know he can dismantle and do the work for further. If he is unskilled, person, take catalog, spelling rasa. You should take catalog pamphlet, or in a book you have to note down. Note down. See, when a technician is attempting to do overhauling, dismantling the parts, if he is a skilled person, okay. Otherwise, unskilled person, you have to take catalog or pamphlet and read the catalog, pamphlet which is offered by the company people. With the help of that catalog, you dismantle all the parts. With the help of the catalog, we will assemble. If these both are not available, so note down in a book. In a book, you have to note down in a book. In a book to have note down. Note down in a book. Note down in a book. So, in book is in sequence. Sequence, you have to write the 1, 2, 3, 4. What type of fit? feet. Location on shaft. Location on the shaft. Length. Like this, you have to write all the sequences, what type of fittings are there. Then you have to dismantle. After dismantling, don't keep the dismantled parts wherever you want. Use tray, big tray. Keep all these parts in a big tray, all parts. And fifth one, in a big tray. See, when you dismantle all those screws, nut bolts, everything, all the parts come into the tray. When you refixing this, all the parts what is available in the tray should be fixed. If anything, one or two parts, screw, washer, anything is remained, so that your overhauling is not completed perfectly. Somewhere you have the miss the parts to fix in that. That's why to make the perfect overhauling, to know that whether it has come or not well, so we are using tray, which is to keep this all dismantled parts in this. Now next, after dismantling, witness. Witness of the parts. Now, when you doing dismantling, example, if you are dismantling a bush on a, if you are dismantling a bush from the shaft, so if the bush on the shaft is somewhere located here, this is bush. So you have to note down from the left side to the what length it has fixed, or from right side what length it has, which on the shaft, shaft from the left side bush is fixed, from the distance, which distance, how much distance it is fixed, same way you have to fix. To fix that one, we have to take the witnesses of, by measuring or make a mark on the shaft with a punch mark, small punch mark, or with axe blade you make a line on that. So when you are doing assembling, the bush has to come on the same place. This is doing a witness of part. So we are doing witnessing, marking on the part when you are dismantling. And you have to write class of feet also. Class of feet. Example, when you are dismantling, a bush is fixed on the shaft, whether it is, this bush, whether it is on the shaft, it is fixed clearance, it is fixed with clearance fit, or it is interference fit. Sometimes the bush rotate along in the shaft. Sometimes bushes are not rotate along with the shaft. They are interference fit, or the bushes are keyed, or they screwed it to the shaft. So we have to know while opening the bush what you dismantle from the shaft, which place, what distance it has dismantled, and the bush is either it is clearance fit or interference fit. You have to note that also. After doing a witnessing of the parts, this all the parts should go for cleaning. Go for cleaning. In kerosene or petrol, kerosene or petrol. So I already say that when you dismantle, you keep all the spares in a tray and pour this all kerosene in the tray and immerse all the parts for a day or 2 days. We are immersing this all dismantled parts for a day or 2 days to soak the deposition, dust, grease, chips, everything will get soaked. When it is soaked, if you want to clean the deposited parts, it is easy to, after soaking, it is easy to clean it. After cleaning, you have to check thoroughly. After cleaning, check. See, cleaning is done. Cleaning, what we have to do? We have to put the all parts in kerosene or petrol. After cleaning, you have to check the parts. Check the parts. See, while you cleaning, you have to check the parts, whether it got worn out, tear, or having any crack, or it will do the further working or not. By skill, you have to check the part, whether it will work for further or not. Okay, when you are checking, if that part is confident that it will work for further 2-3 years, you can put the same part when you are assembling. Otherwise, if it is a crack or anything, you check that it will work for 1 or 2 years not, or it will work for 1 month. If it will work for 1 month or 10 after 15 days, you are not going to dismantle the machine, break down the machine and dismantle. If this part is again it will fix as it is, the machine will get breakdown, because the part is, you know that part will not further work. So when you check the part which is got worn out or having cracks, remove. Or if it is okay, it will work for 3-4 years, you place it or rechange the parts. While cleaning, you have to check. And nut bolts also will get worn out. So sometimes the parts what is made for the machine are not easy to interchange the parts. That those parts we should do the repairing. Example, if a bolt, lead screw bolt or any lead nut is got worn out inside threads, we have to weld and make the recondition, make it tapping, or on the machine you have to rethread it and we have to use the part which is not ready available in the market, or we have to order the part to company. It will take lot of time, so your machine will get stuck for so many days. So to come your work has to come very soon, you have to repair the part by doing welding, and sometimes bushes also. Sometimes bushes, journals get worn out. The journals are very costly and it is not easily available for the machine. So we will make it a lining. What you will do? Lining for the machine. Bush is made with a brass. Over that we will make a tin or lead lining, which will, a layer of metal is built up on that, and will machine the part to the correct actual size and will fix to the machine. When you fix to the machine, the part which is having lead and everything has to remove by scraper or machine by lapping anything, and then you place the parts on the machine. So when you checking this, all parts has to be keep separate and make repair and keep ready for cleaning. Now next one is after checking, repairing. Repairing I told already. Checking, repairing. Repairing. Worn out bushes. Journals, nuts, screws are repaired in the workshop itself, and then it reconditioned and we will use it. Now assembling. In assembling, you have already noted in the notebook 1, 2, 3, 4. Stepwise you are dismantle. Now when you are assembling, from first to second, third you will not go. From descending order. In descending order. First you will fix the fourth step what you have removed. So this part when you are doing assembling on the machine, I already told, when you are assembling on the machine, what class of fit it was fixed, at the what distance it has to fix, you have to note and fix that part. After fixing the first step, one part to the machine and what type of fit you fitted, you check manually with your hand whether it is functioning as it was functioned on the machine before. So after checking that part, it is okay, is running okay. Now next go to the second fitting, descending order. Then you fix that one and check. Again you fix one and then check. After doing all this operations fixed your machine, you have to check in the tray anything should not left. If anything is left, you are not fitted all the parts in. Somewhere you have missed the part for fixing. If the screw are not anything, a small part is not fixed, that part is not fixed on the shaft. While running, the fixed part will move here and there. It will get disturbed to the other moving parts. So when you are noted that anything is left there, you have to not stop the machine. One screw only, nothing happened. You have to go and fit for again dismantle and fit the part where it has to go. Then after complete of your fitting, you check the assembled machine with your hand. Manually you have to check. Oh, I have already completed my work, and if you go and on the machine, power machine with motor, the whole system will get damaged. Why? Because if we are fitting, a class of fits are not done properly inside. When you rotate with you manually, if the machine is not moving easy and freely, you should know that somewhere we are done mistake. Either we did the clearance fit or transition fit, or the part is not located at the same distance, or some screw where you are not fitted, it went and fall into the gear, the gear got stuck, it is not rotating. So step by step, when you are fixing also you have to check. After completing of assembling your parts also you have to check the machine is running smoothly or not. Then you go for power checking on the motor and just on the motor and off. If you get any, not for long time you run with the power, you just run with power a 5 second, 10 second and off it and check any unusual sounds are coming, or you have to attend for that sound where it is getting and all. Everything it has to check manually. So if the everything is got complete well, so you are unskilled person, now you are the semi-skilled person, you have learned something on the doing overhauling on this machine. So next time you no need to go for a skilled worker, a pamphlet. Means practice, make manufacture, man perfect. So you have to learn and learn from unskilled to skill. You are learning due to the when you are doing overhauling of the machine. Anything you are learning is when you are unknown to known. We have to know unknown to known.